welcome to another Sanctuary Sunday. Sanctuary! Yes, the day where I try to cover something other than war games. And this game came to me, or came to my attention, because of a war game. I saw a little tag on here saying a grizzled game. What's a grizzled game? Well, this is the grizzled. And I did a short on this, and I probably should do a little bit more of a review or overview of this game because this is a interesting little game. It's meant to be played cooperatively. However, I play it. It says it's right there. It says it's a cooperative game. However, I play it as a solo game. There's an expansion to it that had solo rules. However, you can play this solo. You have to play multiple hands of kind of multiple roles because you are a World War One soldier, French soldier in the trenches, going over the top, going into no man's land in World War One. But so I liked this game, and so I saw a grizzled game. I said, well, all right, so this is that same mechanic, that kind of cooperative play mechanic that is, not too hard to solo, but it's set in a hospital or a care facility, right? I mean, so yeah, I think it's a medical based game. So that's why I decided to pick this up. This is from Cool Mini or Not, or CMON, or Come On, or whatever you want to call that. Call whatever it goes by these days. But as you can see here, we have We Care is a cooperative game where players take on the role of medical staff facing a health crisis together. The threats are numerous: emergencies, infections, quarantines, burnouts. Only mutual assistance and solidarity will lead them to victory. Inspired by the current world events and based on the mechanics from The Grizzled, We Care is an intense and immersive group challenge and also a tribute to the medical staff and to the victims of the epidemic. So that's interesting. So this was so they took Grizzled and were inspired by the epidemic and made a game out of it. So and that's an interesting topic too. Should we be gaming something like that? Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, to some respect, as long as you're respectful, yeah, I think as long as you treat the subject matter in a respectful and manner, I think you probably should or can do that. It depends on what kind of game you're coming up with. So the pandemic, actually the game Pandemic came out before the most recent epidemic. And it's an interesting game. And in fact, they came up with a expansion to Pandemic that deals with COVID. And again, for some people, probably not their cup of tea, and for others, they embrace that and find that stuff interesting. This one, though, I think since it's based on the mechanics of The Grizzled, this is more of I guess taking the mechanic of that game and using the theme of what you're encountering. I mean, this is World War One, and it's the horrors of war, and now you're dealing with in a medical aspect or in a medical environment. So let's get this open and see what we have in here, because that's enough talk. Let's get into the box. So I would think that if you like The Grizzled and that mechanic, although the art and the theme really, I mean, it's not, the theme is interesting, World War One. The art is really good. The mechanic is kind of layered on. You can take that mechanic and port it to just about anything. Hence, they took it to the epidemic. So, but if you like that Grizzled kind of gameplay, then this one probably is up your. You might find this interesting as well. So there's a deck of cards here. Let's see what else we've got in here. We got probably some punch boards. There's a medical symbol there. Here is we get some free content. So scan that, everybody. What is this? Oh, so this is more about Doctors Without Borders or something, some advertisement for not advertisement, not for a game. Here's the rules. We've got some punch boards here. And there was a concept in the Grizzle called support, and so this is probably those support tokens. Yeah, need some rest. So those are not nice thick boards there. Yeah, that's probably the first player marker there. That's cool. So I got some punch boards. Let's take a look at the rules real quick here. We've got we got a little gameplay summary. I like that when they use the back of the rules for not wasted space, but for summaries and charts and the like. So there's your gameplay summary. And let's see, the rules themselves are 15 pages. 15 pages, so, but that in the 15 pages special thanks. So really about 14 pages because you got some clarifications there. So let's see what we have here. Cooperative game, components, emergency cards, infection cards, six healthcare professionals and player aids, support tiles, sick tokens, that's what those ones, chief of staff, or chief of service standee, emergency clinical traits, and one health reserve disaster card. Okay, so that's the cards. Game overview, sequence of a week. Sorry for the glare there. 3 types of infections, all as well, symptom and quarantine. I'm kind of interested in how they translate this over from the Grizzled. Chief of service assignment, admittance, player actions. You've got bed, burnout, and good news. Those are 3 types of cards. Okay. Side effects. Overflow, support, containment, hospital discharge, contagion, next week. Winning and losing, 2-player mode. So you've got a 2-player mode where you add a 3rd virtual healthcare professional. And no solo rules. So I think this, like the original Grizzle, you just need, if you want to play it solo, you just gotta play it double-handed or multi-handed. So that's the rules. Let's get to the cards themselves, because that's where the game lies, right? This is a card game of sorts. There we go. So we've got these look like player aids, possibly. Good thick cards. So here's your player aids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can play up to 5 people. That's cool. I didn't see the oh, that's cool. Got a little picture in there. 2 to 5 players. Yeah, 2 to 5 players, 14 plus 30 minutes. Okay, so we got 5 player aids there. You've got here's the clinical trials. And then you've got health disaster. And those might be the markers for the decks. There was a couple different decks. There was a deck you draw from that in order to win the Grizzled, you had to get through an entire deck. But there was another deck that supplied that deck. So things would happen to keep supplying that deck, and your goal was to get through that deck or burn through that deck. Here are some of the healthcare professionals. We have 2 sides. So one side should be, I guess, exhausted or used or something. I don't know. I have to read the rules. Here are some of the infections here. quarantine, immunity, blackout, sore throat, feverish. Okay, broken nail, harmless cold. Okay, cool. Coughing fit. My youngest has one of those right now. And then we've got the rest of the cards. Huh. It's interesting. Burnout. Good news. Good news is good. That's interesting. Oh, number beds increase. Okay. I gotta read up the rules on this, but it looks interesting. The art's cool. The art's decent. It's not as evocative as the Grizzle, but that's just the war theme. That kind of goes with that. So interesting. So very looks interesting. I need to get into this. I need to read the rules. See how I can see some aspects that might translate over, but then it looks like they've changed it up because it's not a direct port. Because I don't know how they would do that and still keep the theme of the epidemic. So there you have it. That is what you get in a box of We Care from CMON, or Come On, whatever you want to call it, games. Interested in getting into this and seeing what this is about. If I do, I might do an after action or an in-game play or something like that, and share that with you all as well. If you've already played this or know anything about this, feel free to put your comments down below and tell us what you think about any of this, and love to hear about it. Anyway, that's what I have for you today on Sanctuary Sunday. This will go in my science playlist. My science playlist has all science-related topics, games, and the like, and it will, of course, medicine, kind of put that in there. And so I'll put this in my science playlist. Anyway, thanks all for stopping by, and share your comments, and I hope you are well. Keeping with the theme of the game, hope you're taking care of yourselves, and that you and yours are doing well. Take care. Bye. Thanks for watching.